Welcome back to Awful Movie Reviews. Today we are looking at 1990's Soultaker, a thrilling horror movie tackling timeless themes of life and death. Well, at least that's what it could have been. It's so frustrating how the Soultaker is very noble, and had potential to be an entertaining and thrilling film with brains, but it winds up going the opposite way and becoming a shallow and meaningless stinker. Ugh. We follow a group of teenagers that get into a fatal car accident and where their souls are transported out of their bodies. And now, a chase between life and death ensues as a Grim Reaper-like figure is chasing after them to the remaining souls. Now, what is actually wrong with this? Well, everything. And like I've already said, it's a shame because it had the material. But on the contrary, it's a non-engaging flick. The first aspect that I must be talking about are the characters. It's been a while since I've seen such paper-thin characters. You almost don't know anything about them. Even for the main male character, who looks a bit like a whiter Michael Jackson, I sometimes felt like I had a stranger playing the lead. Oh, and by the way, did I say friends? Well, honestly, there are some pretty poor ones. There's this one scene where the main couple leaves one of their friends behind to get killed by the supernatural entity without thinking twice. What a dick move. And what is even crazier is that they don't mention their friend again until one of them gets a brief flashback. They may as well have all been strangers in that car, it wouldn't make much of a difference. There's also a real lack of emotion here. For a film that tackles some pretty serious shit, the parents of the main female lead barely shed a tear when they're soon about to pull the plug on her. Like, what kind of parents are they? What's even more mind-blowing is that at the end of the film, when both of them survive, they buy a flash car and just drive away, all happy and laughing, without remembering what they've just been through. They don't remember their dead friends. What really makes this film a steamy pile of ass is the pacing. There definitely isn't enough action here. It mostly consists of boring chase sequences, characters running and being chased by the slow-ass stalker, who doesn't seem, by the way, to do anything more than just walking, or even though he could just teleport himself wherever he wants. That would have been an easier and faster way to kill these kids, especially since he would otherwise suffer the severe consequences from yours. There's also some sort of backstory to the stalker himself, and the story implicates that the main female lead resembles a woman that he once was married to before murdering her. But that's all we get. There's no development to that. It stays very vague. But as the viewer, we would have liked to know the full backstory. It would have been way more interesting than the rest of this pathetic movie anyways. While the soul-snatching effects are rather cool, it gives off a certain B-movie charm. There are other effects where the stalker will sometimes just disappear for a second and then reappear. It's like supposed to make him look more supernatural or whatever, but it just looks real clunky. We'll basically do the same thing with a basic smartphone nowadays. And speaking of the stalker, he was actually played by Joe Estevez, who is the younger brother of Martin Sheen. So that's sort of a plus, right? Well, actually, Joe Estevez would also go on to play Joel in the film Werewolf, which we've already reviewed. And you all know how I feel about this one. Ugh! Don't even want to think about it. So Estevez has got 2 enormous sweat masters under his belt. That's not a flex. What's even more mind-blowing, apart from the bad acting, moronic characters, and the overall boredom that the film gives off, is its confusing legacy. It actually won a Saturn Award. Like, how was that possible? Were the awards that desperate that they dished out the prize to such a terrible movie? A sequel was actually planned, but later cancelled, thank God. And it was supposed to star famous actors like James Earl Jones and Faye Dunaway. But how was that even conceivable? I don't get it. Can someone please explain to me? I think it's safe to say that I'll have seen it all after learning such a thing. Overall, Soultaker is a very boring and badly made movie, of poor quality and will never ever engage the viewer. Please do not watch it. You're doing yourself a favor, and you're saving yourself a whole hour and a half of your time. Thank you for watching Awful Movie Reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Is there any other films that you guys can think about that could have been masterpieces but wind up being crap? Let me know in the comments below.